What is up? It is Danny here, coming for you right now from Germany. And right now, I want to do something different. It is a cut into the daily travel series right now because reaction video. There is this clip on the internet, Clyne, 5 reasons never to date a Ukrainian girl. And as some of you may or may not know, I have a Ukrainian background, so I was born in Ukraine. Even though I, spent most of my life in Germany, I grew up here. Very often I go there for vacation, I have family there, so when I first seen this title, I was like, yeah, it's provocative, what is that gonna be about? And maybe even a little bit offended, but we'll see. So at the end of the video, after I'm gonna give my reaction, I wanna also talk about personal experiences, my opinion on that topic, and yeah, I would say we're just gonna jump into that. Let's do it.
That Ukrainian girls do not have a sense of humor.
Before she crept in the back door
is the fact that they use men as mobile ATMs. Huge business here in Ukraine. It should come with maybe a health warning for your pocket. There are 5 reasons never to date a Ukrainian girl. And I have had relationships with girls from the region, of course.
Chickens looking at me strange, but you know I don't care. Step up in this mother, just a swank in my hair. Trick, quit talking.
I already had a little glimpse of the video, yeah, let's just jump into it, I would say.
And the language are, and yes, you did read the title correctly. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 reasons never to date a Ukrainian girl. And for those of you who are regular...
Alright guys, so first impression is, this channel has 24,000 subscribers and the video is at this point at 435 freaking thousand views. The like to dislike ratio is like crazy. This is the, this is the definition of a controversial video. We have like 2,400 thumbs up against 2,400 thumbs down. So that is crazy. I think I've never seen something like that before. Usually people either like really hate it or they like it, and then there's like 10% who don't like it with like controversial videos, maybe it's like 20%, but here. So we're gonna get into the comments that the people said afterwards.
Because in my videos, I love Ukraine, I love traveling to countries in Eastern Europe, and I have had relationships with girls from the region, of course. Maybe in the videos, I give the impression that everything is great, everything is perfect, and I just want to make this video to explain the downsides of dating Ukrainian girls.
Obviously, first of all, a big compliment. The video is greatly shot. You have like stabilizer shots. It's like I have one back here. Overall, he loves Ukraine, and you see that with the shots, so big thumbs up for that, for sure, for just the videography. He obviously realizes that the title is very controversial. This is also how he started out the video, just by saying like, yes, you read the title correctly. So,
and yes, you did read the title correctly, and for regular viewers of my channel, that title is probably going to come as a surprise.
Obviously, he's trying to intrigue people. I'm intrigued. Let's get into it.
Tips that I'm going to give you, and so that you don't fall under the false illusion that all that glitters is gold, as the old adage goes. I have some conversations with some friends from the UK, from Germany, from Italy, about their experiences with girls in Ukraine. And these were maybe a week, a few days, and they've come to experience the nightlife of Ukraine. Overall, they were a little bit negative about their experience with girls in Ukraine in particular.
Well, first of all, nightlife is great. I can tell that out of first-hand experience. Odessa is probably the best place for that. I'm gonna be there this summer, actually. But to already, like, the first thing that I'm thinking is, for a few days or a week, well, obviously you just get like a super superficial first impression, and I don't know, he rather devalues the opinion of these guys. So
I was a bit surprised by that, and then I thought back to my my first trips to Ukraine when I didn't speak Russian. Well,
obviously not speaking Russian is the biggest factor. If you cannot communicate with people, how can you get a...
Yeah, that's actually true. I did have a lot of difficulties in the beginning when I first started.
Well, this clip is from the other video that he has done. I've watched it actually quite a few months ago, where he was interviewing Ukrainian girls about their opinion on foreign guys, which is a really cool video, like a street interview type of style. So,
or maybe starting to travel in Eastern Europe, maybe even move to Eastern Europe, or just interested in going there at some stage, that you understand also the downsides and some of the difficulties that you may have to overcome if you try to date girls in this region. So with that said, let's get into...
Okay, what he's obviously coming down to is that this video is not why you should not date Ukrainian girls, but it's like there are also downsides to it. So
Today's video, 5 reasons never to date a Ukrainian girl. So in preparation of this video,
Odessa, nice.
a lot of
All
my
right.
friends have either come to Ukraine on a holiday or actually live here, and see what their reactions and what they think are the downsides to dating Ukrainian women, because obviously the main upside is quite famous around the world, which is the amazing beauty of Ukrainian women.
Yeah, for sure, agree 100%. So as he says, Ukraine is very well known for that.
So that right behind me is a bank, and
Alright, he's about to freaking rob a bank.
and that's the first analogy you're going to make, because one of the biggest problems with Ukrainian women is the fact that they use men as mobile ATMs. Yeah, I mean, it's an incredibly traditional
man,
society
awesome.
for maybe North Americans and Western Europeans to adapt to, and the role of the man in a relationship is still seen as that of provider. So you've got to be the guy making it rain in the club. You got to prove yourself in terms of financial clout and protect financially the woman and support her.
Alright, so first of all, he is over exaggerating here all the way, and I think he doesn't know really for sure. So I would say there are women like that out there, but not only in Ukraine. Like I'm going right now to do defendment mode. In any big city, this is going to be happening, where girls are looking for the guy to be popping bottles in the club and to be providing for them, not in a providing way as like a father or a reliable husband, but more like in a sugar daddy way, you know. We watched it fully yet, but I would say this is the main mistake that guys do who make this impression is they are the guy who is popping bottles in the club, and this is how you attract a woman that want to have the guy who's popping the bottles in the club. So I would say number one rule is, if you don't want girls to be going after your money, is don't show that you have any. So look, you know, don't look like a homeless guy, but you know, keep it real, keep it low key.
In Western Europe and North America, society is a lot more, I would say, emancipated for women, and they don't necessarily see men as the main breadwinner anymore.
So I would say I agree with him in some way, and I know it firsthand. Like, you know, you can disagree with me if you want to. In Ukraine, there is definitely still a more traditional role where women are looking for a reliable man, a man who can provide for the family. Family has like a very high value and priority, and to actually be a mother and to raise kids is something that is glorified, something that is very respected. If you're gonna be in the big cities, you're gonna see a lot of business ladies. You're gonna see actually a woman in power in politics. So it's not like it used to be 30-40 years ago. But agree in some way.
It's actually known really in the former Soviet Union, the Russian-speaking.
Damn, I love the music, man. Exciting.
Ukrainian girls do not have a sense of humor.
Did he link it somewhere, the music?
Actually one that a lot of my English-speaking friends said, and I think
Damn,
that's just
the music.
because the humor is quite different of the language, also with the culture of the country. I noticed a big division between my friends who actually spoke Russian and those who did not. You know, I've learned Russian, and in the beginning, dude, I find Ukrainian girls funny.
Alright, so sense of humor. I'm gonna listen to it until the end in just a second. So I would say, again, I actually unexpectedly agree with him in some way. I really did not watch it beforehand. So I would say the humor is really different. This is also the experience that I made myself, is that girls don't really get like sarcasm that well. So if you're gonna be a little bit, you know, sarcastic, and you're gonna crack like jokes in a way that you're used to, they're easily can understand you wrong and be just sad, be maybe offended by it, and think that you don't like them. And this is something that I experienced myself.
Honest, but definitely now that I speak the language, I appreciate the humor, especially here in Odessa, a lot more. I really get it. So you've really got to learn the local language. Here it happens to be Russian for the South Ukraine, or Ukrainian if you're in Lviv.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. I only can speak from the side of actually speaking the language Russian. Да, я разговариваю по-русскому, я никогда еще не делал видео. Если вы хотите что-то видеть, напишите в комментариях. Вообще первый раз столько много вообще-то говорю, наверное, в видео. Так что у меня таких проблем не было. Для всех, кто сейчас смотрит в русском языке, скажите, у меня большой акцент, да, нет? Видео снимать на русском. В любом случае буду когда-нибудь, сейчас время, фокус в любом случае на английском канале. And for all my English people, you probably like Yeah, guys, so I obviously speak Russian as well, and therefore I only also can speak from the impression of, you know, speaking the local language. And I've heard Conor speaking Russian actually. It's quite well. You hear a huge accent, but it's really
or
good.
Ukrainian if you're in Lviv in the west, or even in Kiev, the capital. You really got to go and make that effort. Otherwise, you will not get the humor. It's not them, it's you. So
it's not them, it's you. Well, so far I really don't get the dislikes. I feel like people didn't watch the video, to be honest. He's just, I don't know, he's just educating people about the differences.
So you came to Lviv and
Alright,
you
he's
don't speak
interviewing
any
guys.
Russian or any Ukrainian. How was your experience?
He doesn't seem very excited.
Or easy to communicate with people?
Şimdi
He wasn't happy.
laflarda falan. Ama mesela konu kız konularına geldiği zaman
Alright, he uses Google
So how did that work out with Google Translate? Were you able to have enough
That's
contact
what I'm
with
wondering.
girls, or was it too tricky to build a relationship?
çok fazla yardımcı olmuyor aslında. Biraz da
Alright, man, didn't have much.
mimikler, jestlerle
Body
Google
language,
Translate'in yardımıyla.
okay.
Yani idare ediliyor ama çok da altyapı sağlam oturmuyor, öyle diyebilirim. Tam anlaşamıyoruz.
Well, obviously it makes sense, you know. You cannot really communicate. How are you supposed to build like a real relationship that is built on character? Right, so the battery just died. We are at minute 7. Let's keep watching.
You're probably aware of, but if you're traveling in Ukraine, you should be aware that sometimes Tinder should come with maybe a health warning for your pocket. There are a lot of unscrupulous girls who use Tinder in order to meet guys, not for a romantic experience, but just to use them for a free meal, or you know, just to be wild.
Well, I can imagine that problem existing. I can really imagine that. But like, what I'm thinking directly is, yo, if you don't want to like get a gold digger, if you don't want to have just a girl to have meals paying for her, even if you're gonna pay for them like for stuff right away, you know, you're jumping into it yourself, and I don't know, just go for a nice walk in the park. And he says usually guys invest a few dates to
You're gonna invest in at least one date, if not multiple dates, in order to know if anything's gonna happen with a particular girl. So you should definitely
get to know a girl. You can only use one. Go with her in the park, have a nice conversation. Well, obviously you have to know either she has to speak English, or you have to have a basic Russian, but a lot of, you know, just body language, just be nice, just be charismatic. And if she's not cool with that, well, one date is enough. Number 1, if you're using Tinder anywhere and you want to meet a girl and you're a dude, you're a foreigner, just tell them like, yo, it's my first time, or even if it's not your first time, just tell them like, yo, I haven't seen much of this city. What do you think about taking me around, showing me some nice places, and see how she's gonna react.
One of my friends, he was in Kiev and he matched with a girl on Tinder. They agreed to meet at a restaurant in the center, and she said suddenly, just when they're gonna meet, oh, 2 of my girlfriends are with me, is that okay? And he went along with it, yes. And
3 girls with 1 guy, man. Probably older, you know,
date, which
provider.
is weird, let's be honest, about a why bring 2 girlfriends. So anyways, they had dinner, and he paid the bill because this is Ukraine, he has to pay the entire tab. That's just the way the culture works. Then they went to another place across the street, which is a very expensive and famous bar in Kiev, and
which one, dude?
That went, you know, maybe 10 minutes
Which
later,
bar?
all this sushi just appeared on the table. And these girls are already eaten, remember? So they just ordered, and he didn't speak Russian.
You just have to be like, waiter, please take that back. Take that back. I don't know these girls.
Didn't realize that's what they're ordering. What do you think my friend did in this situation? Do you think he got angry? No, there's a better way. He just looked at his phone, picked up and said, girl, sorry, I have to take a business call. It's very noisy here. I'll just be back in a minute. I'm going to take it outside. He never came back. So
amazing, man. This is the perfect reaction, man. Thumbs up for that guy. Great, man.
Be careful.
It's in your hands, man. You made the first mistake. Luckily, you didn't make the second one. I can see that.
So the next reason never to date a Ukrainian girl is the fact that they have awful behavior, inappropriate behavior on dates. And that's because they're normally completely engrossed in their iPhone. Probably 2 latest iPhones that were presumably bought for them by their sponsors. And it's quite often that you'll see girls with cracked screens. And that's because basically, for 2 reasons. 1, they couldn't invest in a cover. And secondly, because they cannot afford to have the screen fixed.
Well, Conor, to be honest, I couldn't afford that either. This stuff is expensive, man. If my phone cracks, I'm just gonna sell it and get a new one, because this might be cheaper. Nice, droning from the balcony, man. You're brave, you're brave. Nice buildings.
So that's it from me from this video. I've given you guys 5 reasons.
Music
Having
man,
talked to
pumping
my
again.
friends who are foreigners from different countries like Italy, Turkey, US, Britain, about why you should never date a Ukrainian girl. It's not always like in my video from Odessa where I showed you, beautiful weather, a great city, super hot chicks, great
Man, he's freaking excited, man.
vibe. Ukraine is also like this. Now we're in Kiev and it's cold. It's the winter time, and yeah, and people are all wrapped up. So definitely,
Man, when did you film this video?
Take my
Published in
advice
April,
and
we have
stay
June
way,
right now.
way clear of those Ukrainian girls. They're only trouble. I'm telling you, they're only trouble.
Wait, we have to rewatch it. What happened there?
My advice and stay way clear of those Ukrainian girls. They're
Alright,
only
take my
trouble.
advice,
I'm telling you, they're only
stay away from Ukrainian girls. What are you doing?
Language czar.
Alright. Well, obviously the ending is describing the whole video. It's extremely cheeky. I think it's a pretty cool video. It's a very well shot. So obviously what Conor is doing throughout the whole video, throughout his whole 5 reasons, is he's just stating the facts of his friends, people that he talked to on social media, obviously, as well as far as I understood, his channel is mainly focused on like Eastern Europe, traveling, and I've seen a few of his other videos as well. What can I say? I definitely don't agree with everything right now. I'm just looking into the comments. Oh. So here's Nicole Belmonte. She's saying, next up, do you have 5 reasons never to date a dorky middle-aged guy? Oh, yeah, this is me, man. Alright. And then we have an answer. Nice teeth, Nicole. Do you usually smile that way when you date a naive cash machine? That is a bright smile indeed. Lol, seems like you have been rejected by some Ukrainian girls recently. Well, in the video it looks like he's not doing too bad, to be honest.
Everything is great, everything is perfect, and I just want to make this video to
And then there's a dude, my Ukrainian ex-girlfriend earned more than myself and was one of the most general people. Very funny, outgoing, and got along with everyone. Guess it depends on the individual person. Well, obviously it does, 100%. So my personal experience, obviously, it's not very recent. I've been like the last almost 3 years in a committed relationship with my beautiful girlfriend Judy. But before that, I've been spending a lot of time in Ukraine, had a lot of friends, and a few experiences that I want to share with you. So first of all, I personally have to say that with all the girls that I talked to and maybe went out, I didn't got 0% of gold digging or being after the money. But I would recommend to every guy out there who doesn't want to fall into the trap of a gold digger who is just after you for the money, don't show the freaking money. Yeah, that's pretty much my personal experience that I made. I noticed 0 of gold digging, but obviously the main difference is that I am very young. I was even younger during that time, like 18 or something, and the girls who I was associating myself with were like beginning of 20, 21. But the main difference is I'm speaking Russian fluently, and well, at least that's what I hope. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. I'm gonna link the video in the description, of course. Check Conor out for sure, great video quality. And yeah, this summer I'm actually gonna be in Ukraine. I have already quite a few Ukraine videos out there where I talk about like prices and how to travel there. They are quite old, like they're from last year, but I'm gonna link them as well, so check them out. And if you're new here on the channel, my name is Daniel. For the past 10 months I've been traveling the world to 16 different countries and documenting that on this channel. So if you're into travel content in general, yeah, check out if you want to any of my other videos, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Tomorrow we're gonna be back on a daily, on the almost daily travel vlogs. So a few videos from Singapore, coming from Greece, and then actually coming home, and from there we're gonna get back into the present. So yeah, thank you all for the support, and see you very soon.
Chickens looking at me strange, but you know I don't care. Step up in this mother, just a swank in my hair. Trick quick.
Everything is great, everything is perfect, and I just want to make this video to use men, foreigners and Ukrainians as mobile
ATMs, not for romantic experience, but just to use them for making it rain in the club. You gotta prove yourself in terms of financial clout and
Plop a link down in the description below this video. Go sign up there by email. You'll get an email.